All right, we're back, and today we're going to be practicing what we call elapsed time. So you had some questions like this on your test, and again, when we went back as a second grade team and looked at them, we noticed you really struggled. So these are questions like this. If you look at this time, what time is it 15 minutes from now? Or take a look at this clock, what time will it be in 10 minutes? So we're going to talk about what we are calling elapsed time. Now remember, as we add time, we've moved the minute hand of the clock. So our minute hand is this long hand. So if I want to add time, so I move the minute hand, so I add 5 minutes, I've moved the minute hand. I add 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, all from this starting point. I've moved the minute hand only, the hour hand will move on its own. Okay, so let's do some practice problems. You can grab your dry erase board and go with me, or if you would like to just point to the screen as we're going, because I know you can't manipulate the clock hands like we could if you were here, but you can go ahead and touch your screen and move with me. All right, so here we go. It says, what time will it be 20 minutes from now? So first we need to decide which one's our minute hand. Our minute hand is this long one, so go ahead and put your finger on your screen and touch your 5. Now it says we need to go 20 minutes. Remember, if it's pausing your video when you touch it, just kind of hover above it. So 20 minutes from now. So we're going to have to count by 5s to 20. Help me out. 5, 10, 15, 20. So if you had this on a piece of paper, you could always draw our flower petals, 5, 10, 15, 20. And your hand is pointing, or your finger is pointing at that 9 now. So this is telling me my new minute hand has moved over here. So my hour hand is still going to be here because I haven't passed the o'clock yet. So it's still going to be 3 o'clock on my clock. But now my minute hand is over here. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So now it is 3:45. So my clock looked like this to begin with. It was 3:25. I moved it 20 minutes, and I'm now at 3:45. Again, I know you can't draw the little flower petal jumps, but you can go ahead and jump those numbers with your finger to help you out. Okay, let's take a look at a different clock here. It says, what time will it be in 35 minutes from now? So again, I got to find my minute hand. So this short hand is my hour. Looks like it's pointing in between the 8 and 9. All right, so this is my long minute hand here. So right now my clock says 8:10, and I want to fast forward it 35 minutes. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So again, if I had my paper, I could draw my flower petals, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So my new clock hand is going to touch the 9 with the minute hand. So I didn't pass the o'clock, so my o'clock's going to still stay the same. It is 8. And when I count around, remember where we were when we landed on the 9? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 8:45. All right, so I started at 8:10. I moved 35 minutes forward in time. It's now 8:45. Let's look at another example. Find a new clock here. And it says, what time will it be 10 minutes from now? So again, I'm going to find my minute hand because I'm only moving my minute hand forward. And right here is my long minute hand. It is 7:40 on this clock. So I'm going to move my minute hand ahead 10 minutes. 5, 10. So again, oh, sorry about that. Let me reverse that there.
Mr. Lewis, can you please come to the high school office. Mr. Lewis, please come to the high school office. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. Just like school, the announcements always interrupt us. So here we go, 10 minutes from now. So I go 5, 10. So I'm going to have my long minute hand reaching out, touching that spot. It didn't pass the o'clock, so my hour gets to stay the same. It is 7. And now my minute hand is over here touching the 10. So I'm going to have to count around and see how many minutes that is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So the time on this clock now says 7:50. So if I take a look, I started at 7:40, 10 minutes forward, and I am now at 7:50 on my clock. All right, let's try some others. All right, what if I give you the time and you see if you can come up with the answer? Write it down on your dry erase board, and we'll check and see if we get the same thing. All right, take a look at my clock. Remember, this is my hour hand. This is my long minute hand. Right? Go ahead and move your clock hand 15 minutes. See what you get for a new time. Pause your video and give yourself some time to work. All right, let's see how you did. So 15 minutes. So we're going to go 5, 10, 15. My new clock hand touches this 8 down here. It didn't cross the o'clock, so it's still 9. And when I count around to the 8, I'm at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So it is now 9:40. Did our times match? Hopefully they did. All right, let's give another one a try here. Ooh, this one's going to be a little tricky. So let's practice this one together, and then I'll let you work out the next one on your own. So take a look at the time. Ooh, it's really close to 12 o'clock. It's 11:55, and it wants to know fast forward 15 minutes. So here we go. We're going to go 5, 10, 15. Uh-oh. My new minute hand is here, but I just passed the o'clock. Instead of it being 11 o'clock, it has now moved to 12 o'clock. So it is 12, and now my minute hand is over here, 5, 10. So the new clock time is 12:10. Let's practice one like that again. All right, so here is my clock. I want you to tell me what time it'll be 45 minutes from now. Go ahead and fast forward your clock 45 minutes and write your digital time down. Pause your video, give yourself some time to work, and we'll come back and check your answer. All right, let's see how you did. Here we go, 45 minutes. Well, here's my long minute hand. It's right now at 6 o'clock. We got to fast forward 45 minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Wow, it made it all the way down here to this 5. Now you notice I passed that o'clock, didn't I? So my hour had to change because I went past this o'clock mark. So instead of it being 6 o'clock still, my o'clock changed to 7. So my hour has moved up. And now my long minute hand is over here at this 5, which means I'm at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So it's now 7:25. Those are a little tricky, aren't they? Remember, if it helps you first to write down your digital time, so my first clock was 6:40, you can write that time down so that I know when I pass that o'clock, ooh, it had to go up to 7. So that can be my reminder. If you need to write it down, you can write it on a scrap piece of paper or a dry erase board because obviously you can't write on your computer screen. All right, now let's see what happens when they give it to us in a story. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to have to listen to find out how many minutes to fast forward. So here's what my story says. Brandon starts his homework at the time shown on the clock. If his homework takes him 15 minutes, at what time does he complete his homework? So let's look. The time on the clock says it's 3, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So this is what time it is. Now that's not the digital time that I need for my answer. Okay, lots of you did that on your test. You looked at this clock and said 3:25. You are correct, but you didn't follow the directions in our story. So it says his homework takes him 15 minutes. So I want to move my minute hand 15 minutes. So here we go. 5, 10, 15. So again, take your finger, jump it 5, 10, 15. So your new minute hand stretches down and touches your 8. Now, did you pass the o'clock mark? No. So your hour is going to be the same. It is still 3 o'clock. We just got to figure out how many minutes is it when it's pointing at the 8. Well, help me count around the clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So Brandon would finish his homework at 3:40. Ooh, think about that. Would that be a 3:40 a.m. or 3:40 p.m. if you're finishing your homework? Oh, I hope you said p.m. You shouldn't be doing homework at 3:45 a.m. I hope you're in bed. All right, let's try one more story like that before I send you off to work. All right. So here's our problem. Katie wakes up at the time shown on the clock. If her bus is coming in 25 minutes, at what time will her bus be there? All right, let's find out our digital time first for this clock. So it looks like my hour is still 6. And my minutes, if I count around, I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Now again, remember, that's not my answer. That's what time is on the clock. It says Katie's bus is coming in 25 minutes. We want to fast forward 25 minutes and find out what time will Katie's bus be here. So here we go. Jump with your finger. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Let's try that again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Uh-oh. What did I just hit? I just touched the o'clock. So instead of it being 6:35 in 25 minutes, it is going to be 7 o'clock. So Katie's bus will be there at 7 to pick her up from school. Think about that. If I'm picking you up from school on your bus at 7, is that a.m. or p.m.? I hope you said a.m. 7 p.m., I hope you're enjoying dinner with your family. All right, so today you are going to practice those times. Remember, if it helps you to write down the time that's on the clock first and know how to fast forward it, you can do that. You will have 2 submissions again for your assignment. So if you do the first one and view your answers and notice you didn't get a very good score, go ahead and do the second submission. If you have any questions, please let your teacher know. And tomorrow we're going to finish our review of telling time, and we're going to take another test. And hopefully we've seen some improvements. Good luck, and I'll see you tomorrow.